Hey. Friends, hello, welcome back to the Spindatt channel, a place where I, like daily, can't believe anyone wants to spend any time with, but here we are, and we're playing with the GTMX. You know it, you love it. It's the old 90s era steel GT Outpost trail, converted to disc, single speed, BMX bars. We ride it around like it's a big BMX. Just a fun bike to kind of like go explore the town on. That's what I want to do today. There's one thing about this bike that has bothered me since day one of putting it together, and it's just how short the linear BMX brake cable that's on there is. I don't find the look is right, and it's a little bit annoying when you can only get one bar spin out of it. So my friends over at Bikes on Wheels, some people have actually been like commenting about why am I wearing Bikes on Wheels gear. In the last 5 months or so, my friend Harrison, who works there, reached out and he's like, dude, are you paying like full retail for everything that you're doing right now? And I'm like, yeah, it's really expensive. And he's like, well, like, why don't you let us, a bike shop from Toronto, support the channel by being a spot that can help out with this kind of stuff. And we've been kind of doing that for the last little while. That's why you see this logo. That's why you see Bikes on Wheels stuff on the channel often enough, which I think is really funny because I live in Halifax, Nova Scotia. It's like 20 hours away. And there's no shops here who are like remotely interested in offering that kind of support. Anyway, in saying that, they actually came up with a 15% off code, Spindatt, all capitals, on their store. You can get 15% off on an order of anything you want, I'm pretty sure. Now, here is the replacement cable that I'm gonna throw on this. It's linear, it is compressionless, so we'll still be able to do bar spins, get the same amount of brake pressure that we always get without them all turned around and whatnot. And I should be able to get 2 bar spins out of it instead of just the 1. So I'm gonna do that. It will be wild how much better this looks. And it's just a longer cable. The additional benefit being, of course, more bar spins. Okay, believe me, it is not lost on me that the change in look might be lost on some of you. But you know when like just little changes sometimes mean more to you than they're ever gonna mean to someone else? That's kind of what this longer cable is, but it also allows the bars to spin around a couple more times before they need to be spun back. So it's just a little bit less stopping, rearranging the bars so that the cable doesn't get too tangled up. So there's definitely a practical advantage and a visual advantage if you ask me. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's go play with it. There's a couple things I want to do. Now, I will admit, I think I'm probably at my wit's end for actually trying to get this thing to bar spin off of a jump. It suffers from the exact same problem that the Redwood has, just maybe not as intense. Front wheel, as it spins 180 degrees, hits the front foot, stops the spin of the bar. It's pretty dangerous, it sucks. So I think the coolest trick that you can see from this view is a suicide no-hander, where you take your hands off like this and then get them back on before you land. And it's kind of something I egotistically think I could do pretty well first try, no warm-ups. Like, I could do stuff with my hands. I've done tuck no-handers in the past. I should be able to just go off a relatively easy fly out and just at least take my hands off, like float above the bar, but I would like to, I want to be putting them to the sides. They look so cool from a POV camera. And maybe like this bike isn't the important bike I want to be able to do it on, but on like dirt jumps or riding an enduro bike on dirt jumps, so cool to just throw that in midway. My friend Mark can do it. It looks so cool. So I've come to this skate park, which admittedly is not great. It actually doesn't have a lot of really good usable features, but I've been getting used to this flyout feature more and more as I've been riding more BMX. So chest mount shot, I'm gonna put it on slow-mo because if this suicide no-hander comes out good, then I can slow it down and we can look at it in all of its awe-inspiring slow-mo fashion. Or if it's really bad, we can slow-mo it and laugh. Okay, here we go. Taking my hands off. I don't like taking my hands or feet off, and that's what I've been trying to get better at. Here we go. That felt okay actually. What did it look like in slow motion? If you get it like right about here, this is the spot. So I want to try and shoot for here and really get the hands out, because what I'm doing is this, what I want to do is this. It feels okay. It's not great. I think I'd be happy to throw that into like a train, a line with a bunch of people, like last minute suicide no-hander on like a big dirt jump on a big bike. But to be riding this, I feel like it should be better, but that's like I've attempted it 4, 5 times, 6 times maybe, I don't know. I wasn't counting. Learning new stuff can be frustrating. It's really fun at that like first part, and then once you feel like you have it and you're like, why can't I go any further? That's the part that's annoying. It makes me like, I'm like, there's gotta be something I can do to make this thing bar spin. Like, I can do it on the ground. Like, yes, it touches, but can't I just think of it a little more? Like, I'll try it. Okay, turns out I can do them now. That is sick. When you get a win like that, you take it. Oh, those are steep. Yeah, if there's anything I've learned in my time of riding, very echoey in there, it's to let things go on a high note, because when you finish on a high note, you always want to come back to it and keep going. When you let things get away from you, keep trying stuff, your muscles start to kind of ache, you get tired, things always get worse as the day goes on. You're always better when you come back to it. So leaving on a high note with those suicide no-handers and being able to, like, I don't know where that came from, but there I was throwing bars over and over. Anyway, leave the skate park, enjoy yourself, and then remember that things were good, not that things sucked, and then you're like, ah, the rest of your day sucks. So I'm looking at this, and I think it's doable. The rocks are not a problem. I've tried it twice. I think it's doable. Yeah, that'd be a cool shot. Should just lean back, hop onto it. Hero status. Here we go. Not terrible, not good. Not terrible, not good. Okay, you gotta pull the plug at some point. That was the point. Note to self, revisit wall ride, but on a BMX. Where am I? There's like 100 churches here in like a kilometer radius, and not one of them has cool riding infrastructure. Even the curb rides aren't very good. Well, that sucks. It's supposed to be sunny all day. That is not sun. And it's so windy now.